Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, the NNPC Limited, has secured a $3 billion emergency crude repayment loan from African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank. The deal was disclosed in a statement which was signed at Afrexim Bank's headquarters in Cairo, Egypt, on Wednesday. The NNPC said the commitment and signing will provide some immediate disbursement that will enable the NNPC Limited to support the federal government in its ongoing fiscal and monetary policy reforms aimed at stabilizing the exchange rate market. Well, to get more understanding on this, joining me now on the news to discuss this is the Chief Executive Officer, Cori Asset Management, Johnson Chukwu. Thank you so much, Johnson, for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Good day.
It's a pleasure. Good day. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, as I said earlier, has secured a $3 billion emergency crude repayment loan. How feasible is it that this will help support the Naira and also stabilize the foreign exchange market?
My take is that the $3 billion they have assessed will, to some extent, help moderate the pressures. Of course, the pressure we're witnessing today is because the supply of Forex has been far below the demand for Forex. And as you could see, in the past 2 days, we've seen appreciation of the local currency. We've seen Naira appreciate from a low of about 950 Naira to $1 to barely 900 Naira to $1. In fact, the figures I have is that as at yesterday, the market closed at around 850 Naira to $1, principally because there is an increased supply. And we're talking of market forces, and these market forces are basically an interplay of demand and supply. So if there is so much demand, there is no commensurate supply, of course, we see that the price of that commodity will decline, which is what we saw. The price of that commodity will appreciate if there's so much demand for the commodity and then there is no supply. But now we've seen an improvement in supply with this 3 billion Naira. But the key thing is that what we need is a consistent flow, not a sporadic intervention. And that's why beyond this, the government has to still do more. We need to have a consistent flow so that at any point in time, the demand for Forex will be met by supply in the market.
Okay. Also, the government recently said that we have enough fuel in our reserve. Do you think that this loan in the form of barter will affect the supply in the country and also affect the pricing in Nigeria?
Well, in the first place, I don't think the loan is principally to barter crude. In some cases barter crude. And basic thing is that because you have combined two things. One of which is that the loan is to be paid with crude supply. But then crude supply is different from importation of refined petroleum product. So we will still need dollars, possibly part of this loan proceeds to be used to import dollar into the country. But for Nigeria to pay back this loan, what we have done a forward sale of our crude production. So Afrexim will get allocation of lifting of crude for a number of months or maybe a period of time to recover the 3 billion they've granted Nigeria. But like I said, on the flip side, on the other side of it, Nigeria still needs dollar or foreign currency to import refined petroleum product. Granted that the government said that they will have enough supply of refined petroleum product in the country, but remember that this is a daily consumption. It's a consumer good. It's a product that's consumed on a daily basis. So you need to replenish your stock at regular intervals or frequently or in a consistent manner so that though you may have current supply that is sufficient to meet a number of days of consumption, but if you don't import further, if you don't bring in additional stock, you're going to run out of stock. So we still need Forex to continue to import refined petroleum product in the near future or in the foreseeable future until we have the refineries working.
Now, Johnson, some analysts have argued that the stronger Naira is, the lower the cost of fuel. How long do you think that the government needs in order to achieve this so that the people can at least get relief?
What we actually need is some level of stability in the exchange rate. And that will lead to some level of stability in the price of fuel. Of course, we know that because we're importing every liter of our refined petroleum product consumption, the import cost will include the plant, that is the price, the refined product price in the international market and converted at the local currency rate. So if Naira depreciates, of course, the landing cost will also increase. But if Naira appreciates, the landing cost will reduce. So with stability in exchange rate, what you will see is that there will be some level of stability in the landing cost of refined petroleum products. But then you also have to contend with international market prices. We've seen, and I just checked Platts this morning. It's doing something like $90 per metric ton. So that is a material increase over what it was in a couple of weeks back. So that will ordinarily, even if we maintain exchange rate stability, we still have some impact on landing costs of refined petroleum product. But the most important thing is that your exchange rate should not fluctuate so widely. If the exchange rate fluctuates within a particular range, which is why the intervention by the federal government through the loan they are getting from Afrexim will to some extent cushion the impact we have in the country. If your currency fluctuates within a reasonable range, the impact on refined petroleum product will be minimal. So you are going to deal with only one factor, which is the increase or decrease in international prices. But then we'll also enjoy the benefit of that anytime there is the price of refined petroleum product swings southwards, that is, it decreases, provided we are able to maintain some level of exchange rate stability.
All right, Chief Executive Officer, Crude Asset Management, Johnson Chukwu, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
My pleasure.